And it's really about convergence of the digital world with the physical world, right? We have physical AI, but then bringing the digital AI together with the physical AI, that's really, everyone's been talking about that for a very long time, but now this is like real and applicable in a real manufacturing environment. And for me, that's what's exciting about this.
I'm Steve Plum, Editor-in-Chief of SME Media. We're here today at CES 2026 in Las Vegas with Healy, Director of Product Marketing for Universal Robots.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here, Steve. Thanks for having us.
Again.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen each other a lot this year.
But
last year.
First time at CES. I understand it's your first time at CES.
My first time at CES, absolutely.
So, as a newbie, what was your impression?
This thing is crazy. I didn't really realize like the scale of what we were talking about at CES. You can watch it online, but there's nothing like actually being here and seeing all the technology. What I think is fascinating is there's a great blend of like business to consumer, but also business to business stuff going on here. I thought it was just watches and TVs, you know what I mean? But there's so many other technologies being shown here, so many other different manufacturing technologies, data center technologies, and then really the chips and the other technologies that are making it happen are also here.
So we're here at the Manufacturing Showcase, which SME is partnering with CTA.
Yep.
Universal is one of 12 exhibitors here. Mm-hmm. So what do you hope to accomplish by being at the show?
Yeah, absolutely. In previous years, we always had partners and customers that were here showing our robots. And so, one, I wanted to be here and represent them and be a part of what they were doing here on the show. So, for example, we could talk about in a bit, but like Siemens and Robotique are showing our robot in their booth. And there are a lot of other folks showing different technologies in their booths at the show here this week.
So speaking of Siemens, we were both at the keynote today with Roland Busch.
Awesome.
And you brought on NVIDIA, Microsoft, and several PepsiCo as well. And I know you're working with PepsiCo in some capacity as well.
So we're working with Robotique and with Siemens on palletizing application. It's a brand new one that allows the digitalization of physical applications, which is a lot of buzzwords. I don't really like those. But really the magic of this and what Roland presented at the keynote was the ability to take real world physical data and put that into the simulation and then build models for the future. And I think for manufacturers more than any other market, that is really powerful to be able to look at an actual real life cell, how it's working, collect data, simulate that in real time, and then take that data to build models for the future. I think that's really powerful, and that's what they're showing in their booth.
And one of the other focuses the big focus during the keynote was AI, which is a huge focus throughout the show. And I think new term for me at least was industry AI, which you mentioned. So I know UR has been working on the AI in the past. Tell us a little bit about it, what you envision.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you look at AI, artificial intelligence, it's really one of these spaces that everyone's talking about it. And how do you apply it to the real world is what we really want to do. So we talk about it in the context of physical AI. So they're talking about industrial AI. They're looking at the whole plant, and Siemens is analyzing that data and trying to figure out, how do we make it more efficient, more effective? How do we get rid of waste in our processes? And I'm talking about right in the actual process, applying AI to make it better in the individual process. So the physical AI is bringing AI to physical applications like the robots, right? Like the devices and in the work cell where they're working. So for us, I see, being a platform where other companies can build AI, and they can build AI solutions on our robot platform. That's really key, and that's where we're going. And then we also are looking at applications and trying to educate customers about where can AI be used in a factory. So many SMEs probably hear AI and think, I don't need that, or I can't use it. But it really can be used for small to mid-sized manufacturers. And so we want to be able to present to them applications of how they could do that. And how our partners are doing that with our platform.
Well, at our Manufacturing Technology Series shows, not only did UR have a booth, but typically your products were used throughout the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And I understand that to at least to some extent that's true here at CES as well.
Yeah.
Definitely at Siemens. But.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a number of booths. So you see it with Siemens and Robotique in the Siemens booth in the North Hall. They're doing a palletizing application with the digital simulation. The Artly folks are showing actually dual arm and mimicking applications where it can mimic what follow kind of dexterous applications, dexterous AI. And then there's another one. All of a sudden, I'm blanking on the company's name. I feel very bad about that. But they're doing rail car repair with laser, and so they're handling a laser device. They're actually repairing windows to make the 5G make it through the windows because there's a metallic coating on the window. So they're removing the metallic coating to be able to so the signal for 5G can make it through the window on a train.
5G was huge when it came out. From consumer and manufacturing. But now we're talking about 6G, which was mentioned earlier today too.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, are you excited about that? And what opportunities does that open up for you?
I've never heard the word 6G until 9 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm fascinated to see what happens. But anytime we can get more data better and faster is a win, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really the trick. So if we can find ways to get more data faster and more reliably, that's just going to help the AI models, that's going to help all the applications, and it's going to help people be more successful. So how can I not be excited about advancing that technology?
So one last point.
Yeah.
Siemens, back to Siemens, there's a huge partnership announced today. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in that partnership, what you're seeing is the bringing together of Robotique with Siemens and UR, and it's really about convergence of the digital world with the physical world, right? We have physical AI, but then bringing the digital AI together with the physical AI, that's really, everyone's been talking about that for a very long time, but now this is like real and applicable in a real manufacturing environment. And for me, that's what's exciting about this is we've been talking about these things for a long time as buzzwords and ideas and concepts, but now these are real implementable technologies. And that's what I'm excited about today.
Well, thanks again. I'll see you down the road.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll see you soon, Steve.
All right.